So did he? So that was because I reported that he had a bicep injury, and everyone told me, "Oh, shut up! Stop making excuses."
No,
Like
he
people,
did.
he was in that fight with a bicep injury.
Yes, absolutely.
I already got told that by Eddie Hearn had told someone else, and that someone else had told me, and they said it was cool for me to report it. So I reported it, and everyone told me to shut up and shut up.
He did. Yeah.
See, thank you, Coach Shields. See, yet again, the tag team always happens. See, look, see what it is. Yeah.
So he
anyway.
did, and so I told him, I said, "Look, I don't need your right arm anyway. I said, I only need the left."
Yeah.
I said, look, and I just explained to him that in certain fights, sometimes you go get injured. So if that's all you have left, that's what you have to learn how to do.
Left.
Use that one. If the left is everything, you just got to use the right. You got to, you got to improvise.
What's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell. So we just heard there from your mans, Ronnie, Chatty Patty, Shields. Now listen, I can't lie to you. And this is why, you see, a lot of people say, YB, why do you rate Shane McGuigan? YB, why are you the number 2 trainer in the world? Now you know why. Because, I mean, like I said, a lot of people rate these old style trainers, but I'm afraid to say to you, all the good old style trainers are dead. Because these whatever's left, I'm sorry to say this, but whatever's left, whatever these old trainers are left, they're just chatty patties, truth be known. They're funny style. They're not old style, they're funny style. That's truth. I couldn't believe it. I heard all this hype for years about Ronnie Shields. He can't keep his mouth shut, can he? He's chatty patty. He is chatty patty. Talking all the deals. Yeah, bring Fernando in. Listen. I've never thought about it. Age for me isn't a determinant of anything. Your substance is what matters. I'm afraid to say Ronnie Shields' substance is C-. It's a funny style substance. Why? Never mind because he loves to chat business. But, just in terms of the bottom line here. The bottom line is, where's his principles at? Number one, like I said, chatting business. I've never heard a man chat so much in my life. Genuinely. I've never heard an old man chat so much in my life. But it's good to see he's obviously got his memory still. But damn, you can chat. But more importantly, what do we know? Like I said, Shane McGuigan came out and said, AJ, if you're with me, you're with me. Keep all your funny style, goofy, Fernando F1 driver sounding asses, Fernando Alonso, keep them where they are. Yeah, I've had fighters just as big as you, David Hay and whatever else. And guess what? They tried to turn up with their goofies. I told them, it's me or them. Yeah? No more clingers on. I'm not being funny, but guess what? Who do we know has revived careers? Shane McGuigan. Yeah? George Groves, shot to bits. Turned him into a world champion. Looking the best in his career. David Hay? Well, David Hay is David Hay. Falling apart. Yeah, no good. Lawrence Okoli. Lawrence Okoli was washed. Already washed. Now, he the best, probably one of the best fighters in the world in my opinion. Certainly his potential. And he's done that. Shane McGuigan has done that. 30 years old and on his own. Not with a whole bunch of clingers on and a whole bunch of support staff. On his own. He runs the ship. He's the general. Yeah? He's the commander-in-chief. Yeah? Now, what do we know about Ronnie Shields? Ronnie Shields. What's Ronnie Shields said? Oh yeah, AJ, you can come train with me and I'll be me and Rob can do a polygamy thing, and yeah, you can bring Fernando Alonso with you. Yeah, bring the wannabe F1 driver with you, and wow. It's amazing. I thought old people were meant to have integrity. I thought, what happened to that old school integrity? No. Can you imagine Cuss? Someone saying to Cuss or Emmanuel Stewart, yeah, I'm going to do a cuck thing. Yeah, bring all your friends and let's have a big cuck thing, big cuck party. What's wrong with these guys? But it shows you, certain people are about business, as in about really getting the job, and other people are about money. Ronnie Shields, in my opinion, yeah, I'm not saying he can do a worse job than Rob, because that'd be very hard. I don't think there's a person on earth who could do a worse job than Rob McCrappen and Fernando Alonso and Jobber Clayton. Yeah? You got to be seriously talented at ruining fighters to do what they've done, in my opinion. super talented. But listen, time will tell. Trust me, I guarantee you. 20 years from now, you'll look back and think, wow, YB was right. Rob McCrappen really is one of the bum trainers in the world. Anyway, back to this Ronnie SHILLDS cat. What's with this guy? Chatty patty looking ass. Yeah? No integrity having ass. I'm disappointed that it's I'm disappointed, yeah, that it's the older generation time and time again. I mean, even Ben Davison said no. When Tyson Fury said, date Ben, I want to try a polygamy thing. Yeah? I want to try a polygamy thing. Ben Davison said, no, I'm not doing it. You're not bringing in more men to our relationship, is what he said. I respect that. Yeah, Ben, you got no skills as a trainer. Yeah, Ben, you're the super scariest trainer in history. Yeah, Ben, you take a A1 fighter in Josh Taylor and ruin him. But at least you got integrity. At least you believe what you believe. These old dons, just thirsty. Thirsty for clout and thirsty for chat. Thirsty for the coins. Ronnie SHILLDS, clearly, just wants the coins. Because if it was me, if I was training, if someone was asking me for help, knowing the dire situation AJ's in, i.e. he needs a full overhaul, I'd say, sorry AJ, you're not that kind of fighter. You're not in a position where I can come in on a part-time polygamy thing and just put a hand in there. Yeah? You need me full-time and only me. That's the kind of situation you find yourself in after having your wig pushed back by a cruiserweight. That's it. But all these old heads are just happy just to go along, to get some checks. Embarrassing. So far, the young guns, Shane McGuigan, Ben Davison, are the only guys with integrity in this game. Everyone else happy to chip in and take their coins. It's embarrassing. But anyway, moving on to this video, you've heard there from Chatty Patty, Mr. SHILLDS. Now, to be honest with you, Ronnie SHILLDS is already probably part of AJ's team, so do I believe this? I don't know what to believe. Now, to be fair, I did expose the leaked pictures of AJ's alleged bicep injury, but ultimately for me, I mean, I've seen some AJ superfans. Obviously, you man are down super bad right now. Yeah, 100%. AJ superfans are down super bad right now. And I've seen all you man in the comments saying, oh, yeah, look, YB and... Oh, not YB, I mean, people have been saying, when Ronnie SHILLDS said this, and obviously it was on a woman called... If you want to see the full video, the channel's called Lady Chan. Yeah, Lady Chan's channel. So, Ronnie SHILLDS, yeah? Ronnie SHILLDS... Ronnie SHILLDS... no, wait there. Ronnie SHILLDS, yeah? Ronnie SHILLDS was on Lady Chan's channel, and Ronnie SHILLDS airing out the bicep injury, and all the goofy fans, all the super AJ fans are saying, oh, I can't wait to see what YB says, and what's YB going to say about this, and YB this, YB that, and oh, YB was wrong, and I knew there was something wrong, and oh, YB, yeah, you know what I'm saying, YB the turncoat, and what's YB going to say now about this? Can't wait to see what YB got to say. As if it's some big master ace. Listen, let me tell you the only master ace that's possible. Someone would have to come down and tell me, yeah, that AJ has been cloned. That's it. If I don't hear that, then there ain't no major ace. Because that's the only thing that excuses what was seen. Or we had a brain transplant 48 hours before. That's it. That's how bad it was. It was brain transplantable. That's it. I don't want to hear about no bicep thing. Oh, people were saying, no, but why be the bicep? Because that's why he couldn't throw his right hand. He was throwing his right hand. And by the way, yeah, but why be? That's why he wasn't committing. Listen, his left hand. What happened to that then? Because I've seen Danny Williams, I think, with one arm and putting passion into it. Because when you think about it, if you haven't got your right hand, guess what you best be doing? You best be pumping that left. Where was that then? Oops. Where was the left hooks? Oops. Where was the left uppercuts? Oops. You'd think the way the fight went was that AJ was super active with the other hand and the right. I'm not being funny as well. I'm not being funny, but before the fight, the sad thing is, me and many other people would have said AJ could beat Usyk with one hand. In terms of tight backhand and just jab his nut right off for him. I probably would have bet that, truthfully. And to be honest, I still believe it. If I was in the camp, oops. Tight backhand and just drive forward and jab is not right off for him. Jab and left hook isn't right. Jab and left hook is not right off for him. Step in with a jab and then bang left hook to the body. That's all you need to do all night, in my opinion. And then rub your right hand in afterwards. Yeah, step in with a jab, left hook to the body, and then rub your right hand right in his face. Just rub it all in for him. And then stick a left hook to the left uppercut to the body. That's what 100%. The right hand, even though your right hand's injured, I'd use it to mosh his face, and then whip to the body with the other hand. 100%. Mosh and whip. That's it. Rub it all in for him, and give him some good moshing to the body. Yeah, with one hand. So I'm not trying to hear that. Yeah, but this, that, the other. And the thing is as well, what a lot of you AJ fans are gonna have to be careful about is when you put a lot of stock in excuses like this. What are you gonna say next time? Oh, but it was his leg this time. See what I'm trying to say? And this is why I have to kind of not blame myself, but I went looking not for excuses, but end of the day, listen, the bottom line is, people, there are issues here, and I made it clear, maybe not as clear as I should have done, but it was a more sensitive time. People were much more delusional after the first loss, but if you remember correctly, that's when I put out my videos of showing the holes, technique holes in his game, super duper holes in his game, and I came out and said, these are the holes that must be fixed, the basics. That's the base you build off of. Elbows in, chin down. I mean, Mike Tyson came out. The funny thing is, yeah, I had some goofies. Oh, YB don't know nothing about boxing. But yet, Mike Tyson comes out and says something 3 years later, and I said it. What did Mike Tyson say? AJ walks around with his chin in the air. Oops. So all you man saying I haven't got a clue, where was your videos? Because you were saying that he got loads of money and loads of belts and he perfect. So what, yeah? So why don't you tell Mike Tyson he don't know what he's talking about either then? Yeah, but YB, look at the belts he won. AJ won belts against bums people. Let's be real here. Now, I'm not blaming him, but I'm just saying, let's not make out that, well, YB, he beat Lennox Lewis for his belt. He beat Charles Martin, who didn't want to be there. Yeah? You beat whoever else, and you've got to remember as well, you're doing this as a super athlete. So I'm sorry, that's what we expect. I expect nothing less. To be honest, I expect a bit more, truth be known. I expected... AJ should have, in my opinion, done Vlad better than he did. AJ should have done Vlad a lot better than he did. There's no way, if he was trained properly, he should have been going life and death with a 42-year-old man at 27 years old. That's embarrassing. If I was in the camp. That wouldn't be acceptable. Not at all. Because if we... Wait a minute. How can you be a prime Africanulese and you're getting whooped by it, or you're going 50-50 with some old dude? Don't make no sense. I'm sorry. That there's Rob McCrappen all over. Yeah? Rob McCrappen would take a super prime athlete and make him go 50-50 with a 50-year-old man who was never no good anyway, really. Vlad, we weren't. Vlad was never no good, really. If that makes sense. He was good at beating up small people and no good people, like David Haye. But when it came to, like, anyone who really came to get stuck in on Vlad, he fell apart. That's the truth. It just so happened that boxing went into a massive lull, where people like David Haye were the best of the bunch. And what was David Haye renowned for? David Haye was renowned for not having no... He didn't want to get stuck in, did he? Carl Thompson Me Too'd all the getting stuck inness from him. He was never the same again. He didn't want to go back there. And Tyson Fury called it out. Tyson Fury said, David, you don't want to go back there. I'm going to take you to a dark place. A darker place than Thompson did. And you don't want to go there. And David Haye proved that. David Haye went in there with Vlad and proved he don't want to go to the well. He want to take an easy check and then get his big toe out on the screen to complain. And that's the people Vlad dominated. It's not his fault again. I'm not blaming Vlad, but it's the facts. I believe if you put Vlad in there with Mitch Green would have worked him all over. Just like all the other guys from the 90s did. Don't forget that. Yes, Emmanuel Stewart came along and helped him, but I still think, I mean, Let's be honest here. What kind of 90s caliber fighter did Vlad fight? Which one? That would just come in and get stuck in. There weren't none. But either way, Mr. Vlad, I mean, look who Vlad got touched by in his early career. And them man were from the 90s. They showed him no respect. And worked him all over. Walked him around the ring like a dog. That's the truth. So if they can do that, someone the caliber of AJ should be certainly doing that. Never mind going 50-50 with the dude, with the 50-year-old dude. And, by the way, the people who beat Vlad, stopped Vlad, they did it in his prime. If that makes sense. He went 50-year-old then, was he? He wasn't on 50-year-old legs. Oops. How have you got a prime athlete, a prime Africanulese, going 50-50 with a 45-year-old man? Where is that acceptable? Imagine Usain Bolt in his prime going in there with a 45-year-old man. There'd be uproar, and rightfully so, but only AJ fans accept that. You see, people justify it. I never justified it. I always knew it's not right. And I always complained, but people but he's got belts, YB. Now, because of you, man, because of AJ's static mindset, accepting mediocrity, now you ain't got no belts. Yeah, you ain't got none. And I warned you, and I warned you. You just didn't want to listen, did you? You thought going life and death with Pulev was validating that things are alright. Oh, but YB, he went 50-50 with Pulev for 11 rounds. Yeah, but YB, but Pulev is old and was never any good anyway. Come on. Where do we set our standards here? Because I've told you where the standards have set. Look at Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury isn't the most gifted in terms of bottom line. Yeah? But nonetheless, so far, he's knocking out them all. Oops. So wait there a minute. If Tyson Fury can go in there with the mentality of stopping them all now, why is someone designed like AJ not doing that? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Why is that? Exactly. Or the YB was right all along. Yeah? I mean, I'm not being funny. The way AJ idolises Vlad. Oh, I need longevity like Vlad. Wow. You need longevity like Vlad. How's the longevity working out for you when you're on the ropes against a cruiserweight? Nearly knocked out. How's that working out for your longevity? How is nearly getting knocked out by a cruiserweight working out for your longevity? How is it? I'm telling you, you'd have a lot more longevity if you was the one having the man on the ropes. I don't care how many times you might have got hit, you wouldn't have been on the ropes, and you wouldn't have been sitting there food. AJ, your team had to scramble into the ring and drag you back to the corner because you was about to collapse and pass out. Had to get you onto the stool and give you the oxygen. I saw it. AJ was put on the oxygen. About to pass out, he was. He was about 4 shots away from that guy. What's his name? Michael Ben. Whatever that guy's name. Yeah, trust me, you weren't far from that. He weren't far from Michael Watson style. 100%. He was borderline Michael Watson. You're lucky the regulations changed and they brought you some oxygen. Otherwise, it'd have been Michael Watson 2.0. 100%. Usyk nearly Michael Watson to AJ. 100%. The way he was gasping for air, that's what you call Michael Watson. Naturally, the human body don't gasp for air like that unless you've been neurologically compromised. That's why when you see men knocked out, what do they do? What do men do when they're knocked out on the floor? That parasympathetic nervous system kicks in and their chest starts breathing oxygen then. That's what AJ was doing, except he was conscious. 100%. He was nearly Michael Watson by a cruiserweight. And that was because of this weird mentality that got introduced by Rob, by yourself. Oh yeah, I want to have longevity. Well, you ain't got no... Listen, longevity. You've got wig backily. How about that? Because your wig stays going back. Never mind long nothing. You got a short wig because Usyk stay washing it. Usyk stays maintaining your wig nice and short and sharp for you. Yeah? AJ, the way Usyk be doing your wig, he your barber right now. And guess what? He be choosing your cut. He be giving you the peakest cut. Your wig be looking peak right now. Yeah? Barbara Usyk, very nice. Not even a bit nice is your wig. And in fact, the last thing I'll say is about this whole situation is it just sums up really the whole situation between AJ's management and AJ's training. I mean, Rob McCrappen's meant to be the mat trainer, yeah? Let's say he was injured. What happened to pulling out? Let's say, you can't win. Number one, Rob, your training's crap. Number two, your fighter's injured again, and he's in the ring. I mean, nowhere do you look at this team and say, you know what? At least they do this well. Everywhere you look, incompetency. He's sick, he in the ring. He injured, he in the ring. Got crap training, no cardio. Now, any AJ superfan, tell me one thing his team do well. Tell me one thing his management team do well. Tell me one thing his training team do well. Tell me one thing his sidemen do well. There's three groups of people around AJ. Sidemen, who are like AKA skins in them, man. Trainers, Eric Clapton, yeah. Obviously, shout out to my to my man, who is it, voice from the corner, yeah. Jobber Clapton, Eric Clapton, Jobber Clapton. You got Jobber Clapton, Eric Clapton. Who else you got? The other guy, Eric Clapton, Fernando Alonso, yeah. Wow. Where's the competency?